Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant barrage of thoughts, worries, and responsibilities that seem to consume your daily life? In our fast-paced, information-saturated world, it's easy to fall into patterns of behavior that can hinder our growth, happiness, and overall well-being. But what if I told you that by avoiding just a handful of common pitfalls, you could dramatically improve your quality of life? Today, we're going to explore 4 crucial things you should steer clear of at all costs. These aren't just arbitrary rules, but time-tested wisdom drawn from some of history's greatest thinkers and modern psychology. By understanding and implementing these principles, you'll be better equipped to navigate life's challenges and find a sense of peace and purpose. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to consider why these particular behaviors are so detrimental. Each of them represents a different way in which we inadvertently sabotage our own happiness and productivity. By identifying and addressing these issues, we can free up mental space and energy for more positive pursuits. So, without further ado, let's explore the 4 things you should avoid at all costs. Number 1, don't worry about things that haven't happened yet. This timeless advice, echoing the wisdom of ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca, reminds us of the futility of excessive worry. While it's natural to anticipate potential problems, allowing these thoughts to spiral into constant anxiety about hypothetical scenarios robs us of peace in the present moment. How often have we fretted intensely over something that never came to pass, or unfolded differently than we imagined, rendering our prior worry pointless? The energy expended on these what-ifs could be better invested in preparation or savoring the present. To counter this tendency, practice mindfulness. When caught in a cycle of future-oriented worry, gently redirect your attention to the present moment, focusing on your breath, immediate surroundings, or current task. Remember, while the future may be uncertain, your response to the present is always within your control. Moreover, chronic worry can have detrimental effects on both mental and physical health. It can lead to increased stress levels, sleep disturbances, and even weaken the immune system. By learning to let go of unnecessary worries, we not only improve our quality of life, but also our overall well-being. It's important to distinguish between productive planning and unproductive worrying. Planning involves taking concrete steps to prepare for potential challenges, while worrying is often a passive activity that doesn't lead to meaningful action. When you find yourself concerned about a future event, ask yourself, is there anything I can do about this right now? If yes, take action. If not, practice letting go. Another helpful technique is to challenge your worries. When a worrying thought arises, examine it critically. Is it based on facts or assumptions? What's the worst that could happen, and how likely is it? Often, when we shine the light of reason on our worries, they lose their power over us. Remember, life is inherently uncertain, and that's part of its beauty. Embracing this uncertainty, rather than fighting against it, can lead to a more fulfilling and peaceful existence. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, we open ourselves up to the richness of the present moment and the possibilities it holds. Number 2, don't think you know everything. In our information age, it's tempting to believe we have all the answers at our fingertips. But true wisdom lies in recognizing the vastness of what we don't know. As the saying goes, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. This principle extends beyond mere factual knowledge. It's about being open to new perspectives, experiences, and ideas. When we assume we know everything, we close ourselves off to growth and learning. We become rigid in our thinking and miss out on the richness of diverse viewpoints. Moreover, we don't need to have an opinion on everything or judge everything we see and hear. In fact, suspending judgment can be a powerful tool for understanding. The next time you encounter a new idea or situation, try approaching it with curiosity rather than immediate judgment. Ask questions, seek to understand, and be willing to change your mind if presented with compelling evidence. Embracing intellectual humility is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It allows us to admit our mistakes, learn from them, and grow. This mindset fosters better relationships, as people are more likely to connect with those who are humble and open-minded. In professional settings, acknowledging what we don't know can lead to more effective problem-solving and innovation, as it encourages collaboration and the sharing of diverse expertise. Consider the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias where people with limited knowledge or expertise in a given domain overestimate their abilities. This phenomenon highlights the importance of self-awareness and continuous learning. By recognizing our limitations, we can actively seek out knowledge and experiences that broaden our understanding. In our increasingly polarized world, the ability to say, "I don't know," or "I might be wrong," is more valuable than ever. It creates space for dialogue, empathy, and mutual understanding. It allows us to bridge divides and find common ground, even with those who hold different beliefs or come from different backgrounds. Remember that knowledge is not static. It evolves as we discover new information and develop new technologies. What we consider fact today may be disproven or refined tomorrow. By maintaining a sense of wonder and a willingness to question our assumptions, we remain adaptable and resilient in the face of change. Ultimately, the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey. Embracing the vastness of what we don't know opens up a world of possibilities for growth, connection, and discovery. It allows us to approach life with humility, curiosity, and an open heart, ready to learn from every experience and every person we encounter. Number 3, don't complain. This nugget of wisdom comes from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. In his Meditations, he advises, "Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself." Complaining is often our default response to discomfort or inconvenience. But here's the thing. It rarely solves the problem and often makes us feel worse. When we complain, we reinforce negative thought patterns and focus our energy on what's wrong rather than what we can do to improve the situation. Instead of complaining, try adopting a mindset of acceptance and problem solving. If you encounter a difficult situation, ask yourself, "Can I change this?" If yes, take action. If no, practice acceptance. By simply taking things as they are, you'll find you have less to complain about and more energy to devote to constructive pursuits. This doesn't mean you should never voice legitimate concerns or stand up against injustice. The key is to do so constructively, with a focus on solutions rather than mere venting. Complaining can become a habit, one that not only affects our own mental state but also impacts those around us. It can create a negative atmosphere, damaging relationships and team dynamics. By reframing our perspective and choosing to focus on gratitude and problem solving, we can significantly improve our quality of life and our interactions with others. Consider the concept of cognitive reframing. When faced with a challenging situation, instead of complaining, try to find a positive aspect or a lesson to be learned. This practice can help build resilience and emotional intelligence over time. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, instead of complaining about the delay, you could use the time to listen to an audiobook or podcast, turning a frustrating situation into an opportunity for learning or entertainment. It's also worth noting that chronic complaining can have physiological effects. Studies have shown that frequent complaining can increase cortisol levels, the stress hormone, which can lead to various health issues over time. By reducing our tendency to complain, we're not just improving our mental outlook, but potentially our physical health as well. Developing a solution-oriented mindset can be a powerful alternative to complaining. When faced with a problem, try to channel your energy into brainstorming potential solutions. This not only helps solve the issue at hand, but also cultivates a sense of empowerment and control over your circumstances. Lastly, remember that complaining often stems from unmet expectations. By managing our expectations and practicing flexibility, we can reduce the urge to complain. Life is inherently unpredictable, and by embracing this reality, we can navigate challenges with greater ease and grace. In essence, choosing not to complain is about taking responsibility for our own happiness and well-being. It's about cultivating a mindset that seeks to improve rather than merely criticize, to act rather than react, and to find opportunity in adversity. This approach not only benefits us individually, but contributes to creating a more positive and productive environment for everyone around us. Number 4, don't be too busy. In our culture of constant productivity and multitasking, this point might seem counterintuitive. But being perpetually busy is often counterproductive and can lead to burnout, decreased efficiency, and a loss of life satisfaction. The key is to do one thing at a time and focus on what you can control to achieve your goals. This approach, often referred to as single tasking or monotasking, allows you to give your full attention to the task at hand, leading to better results and a greater sense of accomplishment. Start by prioritizing your tasks and goals. What's truly important? What aligns with your values and long-term objectives? Once you've identified these priorities, focus on them one at a time. Resist the urge to constantly check emails or social media. Create dedicated time blocks for different activities and respect those boundaries. Stoics say being busy isn't the same as being productive or fulfilled. It's better to do a few things well and with full presence than to spread yourself thin across numerous tasks. The cult of busyness often masks deeper issues. For many, constant activity serves as a distraction from uncomfortable emotions or existential questions. By slowing down, we create space for self-reflection and personal growth. This can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life, aligned with our true values and aspirations. Consider the concept of deep work, coined by Cal Newport. This involves focusing without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks. By carving out dedicated time for deep work, we can produce higher quality output and experience greater professional satisfaction. This contrasts sharply with the shallow, fragmented attention that characterizes much of modern work life. The practice of mindfulness can be a powerful antidote to excessive busyness. By training ourselves to be fully present in the moment, we can break the cycle of constant mental chatter and future-oriented anxiety that often drives our busy behavior. This not only reduces stress, but can also enhance our enjoyment of daily activities and relationships. It's crucial to recognize that rest and leisure are not just luxuries, but necessities for optimal performance and well-being. Regular periods of downtime allow for mental and physical recovery, creative insights, and the strengthening of social bonds. By valuing and protecting our leisure time, we become more resilient and effective in our work. The ability to say no is a critical skill in avoiding excessive busyness. This doesn't mean rejecting all commitments, but rather being selective about what we take on. By aligning our activities with our core values and goals, we ensure that our energy is directed towards what truly matters to us. Remember, life is not a race to see how much we can accomplish before we die. The quality of our experiences and relationships often matters more than the quantity of our achievements. By eschewing constant busyness, we open ourselves to the richness of life's moments, the beauty of nature, the joy of meaningful conversations, the satisfaction of deep focus, and the peace of simply being. Avoiding excessive busyness is about reclaiming our time and attention. It's about living with intention rather than reacting to every demand and distraction. By doing so, we not only enhance our productivity and well-being, but also create space for what truly enriches our lives. Implementing these changes won't happen overnight, and it's natural to slip back into old habits occasionally. The key is to be patient with yourself and persistent in your efforts. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset and an improvement in your overall well-being. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.